So last night I started watching a film called The Idiots. Personally, I found this film so boring. I didn't know anything about the characters. I did not care for any of them at all. But then I started watching this film, and it filled the hole in my soul. So last night I watched a film called The Wrestler, which was released in 2008, directed by Darren Aronofsky of Requiem for a Dream and Black Swan fame, and one other film. So the film stars Mickey Rourke, who had a really big career back in the 80s and 90s, I believe. I'm not that familiar of his earlier career, but I know him for his later career, which is Sin City, and, well, this film. The film also stars Marissa Tomei, which I honestly don't know her very well. I haven't seen much of what she's in, but I do know her as Aunt May in Captain America Civil War, and Aunt May in the upcoming Spider-Man movies. So this film is about an aging wrestler that plans to have a 20th anniversary fight of his most well-known match. And during that time, he has a heart attack and he's told he can't wrestle anymore. And also during that time, he tries to connect with his estranged daughter, played by Evan Rachel Wood, I believe. Honestly, I don't know her that well either. I see she was in Across the Universe, which I have not seen in years. I barely remember it. I just know Eddie Izzard is like the circus ring, the ringmaster, or whatever it's called. And so while he's trying to reconnect with his estranged daughter, he's also trying to build a relationship with a entertainer, played by Marissa Tomei. Personally, I love this movie. I cared so much for Mickey Rourke, or the Ram. Randy the Ram Robinson was his wrestler name. And I wanted to see this guy succeed through everything, and I wanted to see him get the girl. I wanted to see him have a good relationship with his daughter. Having tried to watch The Losers before watching this, by comparison, it was so much better. For my parental advisory section, which I'm going to call it this from now on, for having one of the main characters be an entertainer, no, just no. There are many scenes that take place at her workspace, and some of the wrestling scenes can get very brutal. I was very surprised at how realistic and how bloody some of these fights got. This is not like a TV show wrestling. This is like pro wrestling. Punches are actually landing, and people are actually bleeding. So yeah, not recommended for kids or anybody really that's really sensitive to such things as I mentioned. Personally, I just want to see certain films such as this as an art form. I don't want to be held back by the values presented in the film. Though this film does have some good values in it, such as the importance of family, and in other words, I don't want to let certain things hold me back from enjoying certain parts of a film. So anyway, I recommend this film. I really enjoyed it. It is rather slowly paced, which I do not mind if it's interesting enough. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. It was not perfect, but I really enjoyed it. It kept my interest, though it was slowly paced. I'm just going to leave it there. So yeah, this is part of a new series I may be starting, which is films that are not really new, but I haven't gotten around to watching them until just recently. I'm going to call this series Throwback Reviews. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and if there are any films you would like me to review. Even if they're films I've seen before, I may give my opinion on some certain movies like that, if it is suggested. I'm going to leave it at that. I recommend this movie. 8 out of 10 is not perfect, but I enjoyed it. I was kept interested throughout the whole thing. So want to. Have a good day and check it out.